Okay, we are done with week 4. Now we are on to week 5. My hair looks crazy. Um, if I don't sound super clear and coherent this week, it's because I just got done with a very long work day. And forgive me if it's not going to sound super coherent. Let's do the check-in questions. So, this week was about recovering a sense of integrity. How many days this week did you do your morning pages? Tantrums often show up as skipping the morning pages. How was the experience for you? I did all 7 of my pages, although one of my morning pages it landed on a Saturday. I didn't do it in the morning. I started my day. I ran a bunch of errands because I, woke up late, and then I ended up doing my morning pages in the afternoon. So those are more afternoon pages. So I guess that still counts. Probably not, because the whole point is for you to do it in the morning. The experience, I'm definitely not at a point where I was the first week. I definitely feel like the first week that I did the morning pages, I was able to just write away, and it wasn't an issue, but I'm finding that I'm having more and more things to write about, and I'm having to pull from different areas of my mind, little details that I probably would not have written about the first time around. I found myself grasping at little details in my morning pages. So it was okay. It was okay this week. Did you do your artist date this week? Does your artist get to do more than rent a movie? What did you do? How did you feel? Yeah, I did my artist date. It was a lot of fun. I actually did a couple mini artist dates. I didn't make enough time this week to do a full artist date, so I made the conscious effort to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and put together a collage from different magazines that I have and create some sort of vision board or mood board. But I've done that before, so I don't really count that as a full date. But I did bring my film camera, and I've been, taking photos on my point and shoot film camera more often. So that was very fun, but it wasn't necessarily an intentional or full artist date. Whatever. I mean, yeah, this is the tantrum coming out. This is the tantrum coming out for sure. Did you experience any synchronicity this week? And if so, what was it? Yeah, this week was kind of a roller coaster. 2 days ago, I had it was like the first really nice day in Chicago for a couple weeks, but we call this fake spring over here, so I'm not going to trust the weather here until it's very consistent. But it was a beautiful day, and I had a pretty normal routine day. I went to the gym, I had a pretty good workout, and I came back and I saw that in the mail I had something from DePaul, which is actually the school that I applied to, and I'm transferring to that school. I got accepted. It was it was the top school that I wanted to get into. So I'm really happy that I got accepted. And I was actually anticipating a physical welcome packet because they emailed me that they accepted, and they said, we're going to send a physical packet soon. And they did. So I opened the mail, and it was the pretty normal stuff. But I looked at the letter, and it was a scholarship for $51,000. I already cried about it. Tears of joy, of course, but I had never received that much money for school, ever. I've had Pell Grants, I've had other grants through FAFSA, the first round that I've been to college, but I've never gotten a scholarship this big. So when I read it, it was like a little wink from the universe to be like, yep, you're welcome. Like, accept this gift. And I definitely do accept the gift. So that was a huge blessing. for me, and it was a message received, and I said received. So it was a reminder to keep going with my education, even when things get really tough and busy, and I feel like I'm being stretched thin in a lot of different ways, like between school, work, social obligations. I've been really putting my health and my time at the gym very, very seriously. Eating habits are trying to get better. Like, I'm really, really trying to improve in a lot of different ways in my life, including doing this artist program. So sometimes it feels overwhelming, and I get really upset when I can't do it all in a day. But there is some synchronicity there. So I'm feeling very grateful. This past weekend, I got to go stay with my parents because I haven't seen my parents in a really long time. And when I don't, get to see my parents for a while, I get really anxious, like I haven't seen my family in a very long time. And the funny thing is that they don't even live that far away. They live in Melrose Park, and I live in Irving Park, Chicago. So not even a 30-minute car ride. But we have our own lives. I make sure that each hour of my day, and maybe this is the Aries in me, but each hour of my day is filled with something that I have to do. It's very productive. I have a hard time sitting down, and I have a hard time doing nothing, which is actually something that Miss Julia, talks about in this book, is that an artist needs a day for themselves to do nothing. And I'm like, I don't know if I can really do nothing. I'm going to have to do the laundry. I have to go to the gym if I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to do something. So I don't exactly know what she means by do nothing. Like, how far can I take it? Can I do the dishes? Can I take a walk? I don't know, dude. Work was a bummer. Work was a bummer today. I just feel like, again, like I'm not trying to, of course, right after I talk about a blessing that I received, I'm on to complaining. But this is my check-in, Lizette. It's okay. This is the fact of life. I'm still extremely grateful for this week because so many blessings came my way. So many little gifts from people. I just found out I got a $500 bonus from work. Forgot that was going to be a thing. My head's all over the place right now. I think I'm also hungry. So that could be it. What was the next question? Yes, so the question I was on was any synchronicity. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a scholarship. I'm getting little monetary awards here and there. And it's feeling great. I haven't been super happy with my morning pages. I feel like I haven't been focused on them. I feel like I'm not waking up early enough to do them, so I have time for myself to actually sit down and do them. I feel distracted. I feel like my brain today, I woke up in a tizzy and already thinking about the 200 emails I have to go through. Which sounds so oh, you got a little email job. And yes, I do have an email job. And I've definitely had harder jobs than this in retail and in food. But I fucking hate agency life, bro. This shit is so unserious. The agency world truly is not saving lives. I work in advertising, and let me tell you, every email feels like a gun held up to your head. And that sounds ridiculous because it's really not that serious. It's an email job. But some of the interactions I had today, I'm like, do you know that we're all gonna fucking die, bro? Can we not act like everything needs urgency? Because they really don't. It is not that fucking serious, dude. It's turning myself into a version of myself that I don't want to be honest. It's pissing me off. See, I'm all over the place. I don't really know what I'm talking about right now. Were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? Issues. I mean, a lot of it is still revisiting some old past wounds and old conflicts that have already technically been resolved. But in my head, I'm still having internalized dialogues with myself. You know, the woulda, coulda, shouldas of, oh, I wish I told this person this, I wish I told this person that. Like, they deserve, I deserve to be a little bit meaner. But, okay, I need to turn off my notifications for work because they're still pinging me at 6:14. Yeah, just a lot of back and forth with any naysayers that didn't believe in me, that doubted me, that talk shit about me without saying it to my face. You know, that shit's irritating as fuck. I actually found myself on very extreme ends of my emotions. You know, 1 minute I'm sobbing and crying with happiness over a gift from the universe. And then the next thing I'm like ready to fight somebody. ready to tussle because I'm not afraid of a fight personally. I'm not. I don't give a fuck. I've started to talk to myself about things that people do that piss me off. Like, for instance, I was ranting to someone the other day about how people really do most people do a lot of talking and not a lot of action. Whereas myself, and I'm going to brag about myself a little bit, I do the thing that I'm saying I'm going to do. It's really not complicated. But where I'm frustrated with myself is that I will do literally everything but take one step forward into the creative work that I do. Because I don't know what that looks like. Maybe because I'm thinking too big, I need to make a list of things that I want to do, a list of dreams that I wish I could do, which I did for this week 5's activities, but these dreams seem too big for me. I have a lot of big dreams. And I don't know the first fucking thing about what I have to do to get that done. I found myself negotiating with the universe a lot lately. I found myself telling the universe, well, how do I know you're going to catch me if I fall? How do I know that on this journey to achieving my education, you know, getting my degree, which I put off for 6 years and I'm finally fucking doing it, and I'm doing really well, like, how do I know you're not going to throw a wrench in my progress just to test me one more time? Like, don't fucking piss me off. I feel like I've been challenged enough, you know? It's like, what if I make a stride towards my creative journey and my dreams and you just fucking throw a wrench in my face? Now what? Oh, it's supposed to make you stronger. And it's like, and it's not that I think that the path to success has no resistance to it, or that the path to success is linear. Like, I know that. I'm not naive, but I'm tired. I'm constantly doing something for self-improvement. And when I'm doing really well, I get a little scared. I get scared that it's going to get yanked from me because the universe wants to show me and wants to humble me and wants to show me a lesson. So why even attempt it? See, this is me bargaining. This is me bargaining with God because I'm like, well, what else do you have to teach me? I'm just pissed. I'm pissed one day to the point where I'm like, I have a steam coming out of my ears, and I've got my fucking Beyonce hoodie on, this fucking all zip hoodie, and I'm feeling like her, and I feel like I feel like I want to fight. And then other days I'm blessed with something, and it's like, oh, just kidding, universe, I'm not that mad. Yeah. Yep. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers today. And Lizette, if you're watching this, you still don't have the answers. Or maybe you do. I don't know what you're doing when you're watching this. I hope you're doing a lot better than you think you're doing today. Anyway, I did my artist prayer yesterday. And I'll read to you what I wrote. This was hard for me because I grew up Catholic, and I had a phase in my life, like most Catholics do, where they just do a complete 180 and they avoid anything religious. But here's what it is. An artist prayer to the universe, the first creator. Thank you for making me a vessel in which your energy flows through. In seeing, you see me. In creating, I see you. You sent me these gifts with the duty to share this vision. The message, not dependent on the changing of the season. The message is received. I am nurtured when I create. I nurture others when I create. O universe, your flow is unlimited. Your flow is the divine order. I am the artist to deliver. I am yours to move through. I surrender. Like, isn't that a little dramatic? It's a defense mechanism. Because I have a hard time being vulnerable. Okay. What else happened this week? Yeah, that's it. Bargaining with God. A lot of anger accompanied with a lot of blessings. I felt like truly like I've been drawn and quartered. I have horses that have tied all my limbs, and I'm being stretched from one direction to another, and it feels extremely unstable. And maybe this is what the fuck is supposed to fucking happen. But week 5 will be recovering a sense of possibility. All things are possible. All things are possible. Okay, before I leave, let's see if I do have one more thing to do. Oh, I'll end on a positive note. How about that? So one of the tasks for week 4 was about describing your ideal environment. Describe your ideal environment. Town, country, swank, cozy, one paragraph, one image, drawn or clipped that conveys this. What's your favorite season? Why? Go through the magazines and find an image of this or draw it. Place it near your working area. Yes, I did this and I described my environment. Hold on. Let me go get it. No, I'm not cutting that. Okay. So this is what I describe my environment. I found the perfect magazine clip. So I described my ideal environment as an island with a big body of ocean water where it is 80 degrees and sunny. It is cozy and I can wear flowy clothing, and my hair and skin feel hydrated. Lots of fruits like coconut, mango, and dragon fruit. Green rolling hills and fields. Locals are around and friendly. Amazing food is everywhere, and nothing is too commercialized. Key. There are parties on the beach and shows every night. A porch where I can sit and write, maybe a glass of wine to overlook the ocean. And I picked a magazine and I found this beautiful image. Like, this is pretty close to what I had imagined. So when I pulled out the first magazine, I flipped through a couple pages and I saw this. I was like, so I'm going to hang these two things up near my workspace, which is like right here. You can see it's in the living room, but okay. Yeah, this one was all over the place. Thanks for listening. Here's to week 5.